Florida is home to hundreds of natural springs, many of them right here in Central Florida. In fact, this community is called the Springs because of its swimming and recreation areas. It was also the first planned unit development in Seminole County, and today houses 10 different villages scattered amongst 400 acres of gorgeous nature. Today on Ready, Set, Renovate, we introduce you to a property investor hoping to cash in on all this green.
They're part of the old cabinetry that's on its way out.
Lisa DeTore has run a specialty painting company for 10 years, but recently decided to hammer out a new career by flipping homes. This two-story house was built in the late 70s and needs a total rework from bottom to top. This is one of the areas that you'd love to change a little bit if the budget allows.
I would. I'd love to rip out the drywall, open up the whole side, maybe do glass.
The second floor houses 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, as well as lots of windows. This is a really nice view up here. You have trees all around. This is an older neighborhood, so
yes,
lots of mature trees and
lots of wildlife. Maybe
a little too much wildlife for some people's taste. We are close to Wekiva Springs, which of course is famous for bears.
It's the bear country for sure.
Do you have any bears in
this
neighborhood?
Yeah, we've got a lot of bears. We've got mama bears and their cubs, and they don't bother anybody. They take a little pathway every day. They circle around the house. They start in the front and go all the way around. They seem to have the same pathway they do every day.
Okay, well, just be careful with that dumpster you have.
Yeah, right? No food in the dumpster.
Upstairs, the 3 bedrooms will get fresh paint and new laminate flooring, while the tedious job of stripping off 40-year-old wallpaper has begun in the hallway. In the master bedroom, Lisa plans to make the fireplace a design focal point with function. This is traditionally where you would store the wood for the fire, but you're thinking of maybe some additional storage space?
Yeah, maybe leave the glass shelves or maybe make wood shelves, and that way they can put the components for their TV in there. You know, DVRs or whatever.
It's really a cute feature, and I think when it's updated, it's going to look fantastic.
I think so. My thought would be the best place to put a TV is going to be up on the fireplace if the bed is in the back.
When it was time to tackle the jumble of cut-off spaces in the master closet, the writing was on the wall for Lisa. Tear down those walls and make a bigger, better closet. That's going to be a nice big closet for whoever buys this house.
Yes. They'll have a lot of storage space. I think every woman needs that.
The master bathroom had lots of issues, including water damage and tapped out pipes. The entire space is getting replumbed and reconfigured.
Where you are standing now, this is going to be the shower area. We're going to do hopefully a big walk-in shower with shower heads on both sides.
Okay.
The window is still under debate if that stays or goes. We're going to have the vanity probably about 72 inches from that wall to about where that drain is, and then that's where the shower will begin.
The vanity will be custom made to fit the space, with hopes of erasing all signs of the 70s.
And some different lighting. Yeah. Get rid of the 70s lighting.
I don't think you can get those bulbs anymore.
Probably not.
I'm quite certain those are not LED.
No.
The additional upstairs bathroom is much smaller, but will also get the works with a new vanity, plumbing, and tile.
And the house will sell better knowing it's been replumbed too.
Yeah.
I think that's a plus.
Lisa hopes the brand new interior, plus the great recreational areas in the neighborhood, will add up to a healthy profit when it's time to sell.
We paid $159,900, and we're thinking renovations roughly $60,000, $65,000. We're hoping at the end of the day to get about $330,000, hopefully.
While most of the property is in pretty good shape, the crew is checking on a leak in the roof. With visible water damage and mold inside the living room, Lisa is hoping the roof can just be patched, and she can spend her reno budget on things she really needs, like drywall to replace the dated wood paneling. She also knows dealing with the moldy ceiling will be expensive.
We're going to remove everything, every bit of drywall, every bit of wood that's been affected by the mold, and then we have a fogger coming in this week to fog and fumigate and get rid of all the mold spores, and then we're going to have somebody come in and check it and make sure we've eliminated every bit of mold in the house before we sell it.
Do you know about how much it's going to cost just for that part of this?
Probably, from what we've heard, it could be about $2,000 to have them come in and give us a certificate.
But well worth it to make sure everything's
Absolutely,
safe.
Absolutely.
The kitchen and the small family room were in dire need of an update. Lisa decided to gut them both and start from scratch. What kind of cabinetry will you be putting in here?
We're going to do a white shaker style cabinet. I like the whites and grays. So I thought white shaker style would go nice and kind of brighten up the house because it's got kind of a dark feel, woodsy feel. Countertops, we've got an exotic granite picked out. It's a white, it's got some gray veins going through it.
Lisa has chosen the same neutral tones for the flooring in the kitchen and family room. She plans to continue the tile onto the screened-in porch, which doesn't appear to need a major overhaul. The wood on the ceiling is in pretty good shape, but the fans are a little different story.
They're a little different story. They kind of melted over time from the heat out here. This house was abandoned for several years. Okay. So it was kind of left to just weather the elements out here.
Are you leaving the skylight here?
Well, we're going to replace it, but we will have a skylight. Yeah, that one's not real pretty.
Well, it looks like it could use a good cleaning, for
yes.
Sure. Okay, so no other major structural changes out here?
No, just paint, clean up, paint, tile the floors, run the tile, like I said, inside to out, and that's pretty much it.
Coming up next on Ready, Set, Renovate.
All the repipe is almost done. Some rewiring. We weren't counting on an electrical box, and we do have to replace the electrical box, so that was an expense.
But not nearly as expensive as the next budget buster.
Once we got into it, we found it was even more extensive than what we had originally anticipated. We thought it was just going to be replacing the flat roof, but we got in, lifted up some of the tiles, and found that they didn't have any plywood underneath.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hart from Ready, Set, Renovate, here today with my good friend Tat Granata from Florida Home Improvement Associates. Tat, you're always bringing us great information, but today you have great deals.
We do. We have a great deal today. Thanks to one of our manufacturers, they're giving us a tremendous upgrade opportunity for everyone who moves forward with a window project and moves forward with an energy efficient glass pack. They're going to upgrade it at no additional charge with a free sound and security glass pack. So it's a tremendous value. If we call now, we can still have time to get it installed for this season.
Hey everybody, we're here this morning with Tat Granata from Florida Home Improvement Associates. Good morning, Tat.
Morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks you so much for having me.
Well, we have a faulty door that you're going to show us how you can make better, more energy efficient, work better, function better, and have a longer life.
Yeah, this family moved in about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And it seems like when they moved in, this door was just changed out. There was a problem with water coming in.
Okay.
And there was the door started a little bit of deterioration. So they wanted to replace it just as they moved in. And now here we are 4 years later, and they're experiencing the exact same problem.
Okay, so there's some kind of issue back here that has to be resolved.
Yeah, there's definitely the way the water can come in off the roof right above the door could cause a bit of a problem, and how the water, the rains that we get in Florida can address the door. It's a problem. So there's definitely a problem with the frame, the threshold, and the type of door that was installed.
Okay, so what's going to happen with this door? This one's going away.
We're removing that entire door. We're going to remove the frame, the threshold, examine the opening, replace any rotten or damaged lumber, which obviously there will be with all the water that came in. Put in new frame, new threshold, and a new door. And the door the family selected is from Custom Window Systems, and it's going to carry a lifetime warranty against any fading, discoloring, any water infiltration, or any damage to the door. So if anything were to happen in the future, they're fully guaranteed for as long as they live in the home.
And in addition to that, there's going to be some added security with this because of the type of glass that goes in the door that is going to replace this one.
Yeah, this family selected, they have young children, and they wanted something, this being the rear of the home, they wanted something also that would protect them from security. So they're going to go with like a security type glass, which has a vinyl inner layer in between the glass, so that no one can break in. It'll add that additional layer of security, especially to the back of the home.
Buying a home in an older neighborhood usually means your house will come with gorgeous, full-grown trees. Experts say that mature trees can add as much as $10,000 to the value of your home. Our property investor today has the market cornered on the leafy landscaping, but it's a leaky roof that could cast a shadow on her profits. Lisa DeTore is hoping to rake in a nice profit on her investment property in this beautiful wooded neighborhood. After sitting vacant for several years, it needs a major rework from the outside in.
We're just trying to get this little courtyard area cleaned up a bit. It's a little bit of a mess. We've got some wood rot here we're trying to get rid of. Put some more plants in here and just try to fill it in.
Inside, the team has blasted through the demo and drywall phase and has already made major improvements in the dining room. Wow, look at that!
Yeah, got rid of that ugly old brick. The red brick. It did. Same brick, it just painted. Yep, painted with a high gloss white.
What a difference that makes.
It did. It brightened up the place a lot.
Now, from what I've heard about brick, it can be a little challenging to paint because it requires so much paint.
Yes, it gets absorbed quickly. So we did several coats of primer and had to kind of force it in the little nooks and crannies, and a couple coats of the high gloss white, and we're good.
So it's one thing that people may think, oh, it's just paint, it's going to be relatively inexpensive to do, but when you're talking about brick, you're using a lot more paint.
Yes, yeah, it absorbs a lot, and you have to use a better quality of paint also.
The wood paneling in the family room has been removed, and the future on this flip is looking bright. Or at least it was. Okay, was replacing the roof on your list of things that you were going to do?
No. We were hoping it was just going to be some repairs, but we ended up replacing it. Once we got into it, we found it was even more extensive than what we had originally anticipated. We thought it was just going to be replacing the flat roof, but we got in, lifted up some of the tiles, and found that they didn't have any plywood underneath, so they just put the tile on top of, basically on top of 2x4s. So we had to remove all the tile, and we had to put plywood down.
How much did that end up costing?
I think we ended up spending about $12,000 on the roof.
$12,000. Wow.
Yeah.
On top of that, it took another $2,000 to get rid of the mold and water damage caused by the leaky roof. All told, those repairs ate up more than 20% of the original $65,000 renovation budget. The team will likely have to take a step back on at least one high design project they had planned.
We might have to cut back in other areas. We originally thought about putting glass on the staircase, taking down the drywall, but we might end up having to leave that and just paint that. All the flooring, all the cabinetry. We built a false wall here so that we can have the cabinets go from floor to ceiling.
Okay. What kind of cabinetry will you be putting in?
We're going to do a white shaker style.
Lisa was hoping the back porch was going to be a breeze. The wood on the ceiling is in pretty good shape, but the fans are a little different story.
They're a little different story. They kind of melted over time from the heat out here.
Replacing those fans would have cost just a couple $100s, but the team discovered wood rot and will end up replacing the screens and the framing too. As we head upstairs, we see the second floor starting to come together. Okay, so there was carpet on the stairs, is that right?
There was carpet on the stairs, correct.
Okay.
This is all going to be laminate now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you've done a little painting here.
Yeah, I think it's just primer. I don't think they've been painted yet.
Both bathrooms upstairs wound up needing a plumbing overhaul.
We did take into consideration the age of the house, and it probably will need a repipe. And of course, we got in, and it did.
The replumb added another few $1,000s to the already bloated budget. But Lisa says it's all part of the process. You're at the point now where there's really no turning back, so you've got more money in it than you expected. How do you handle it? Do you pull money out of savings? Do you?
We just try to juggle things that we planned on doing here. You know, some of the little add-ons we hope to do, we might not be able to do, such as the glass on the staircase. We might have to leave that drywall. So kind of give and take, borrow and steal from different areas.
Okay.
But I think it's safer to do, you know, the structural things that need to be done in the house first.
Right. The team reconfigured the master bath and closet, creating more room in both. What's been going on in here?
Well, we have done some electrical work. We've done, of course, some of the repiping in here also. The shower, we built a seat. We decided we want to make that a little larger.
The adjoining master bedroom has seen some big changes as well. So we're down to the subfloor in here, and that looks a lot different than last time.
Yes,
we were
it
here.
does.
What
we had
happened?
that ugly red brick in there that we couldn't take anymore.
So you did the white downstairs,
and kind of an iron color upstairs. And up here will be the laminate floor with the browns and the blacks. Walls will probably go a soft gray.
It's really cozy in here between the fireplace and then the nice open windows.
Yeah, it really is a nice view, but right now they've got plastic and tape on it.
Coming up next on Ready, Set, Renovate, the new kitchen is sure to make Lisa's flip a hot commodity. But a blunder in the master bath could pull the plug on her potential profits. So you've hit rock bottom in this shower. Is that what's
Literally.
How much is this mistake going to cost? Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hart from Ready, Set, Renovate, here today with my good friend Tat Granata from Florida Home Improvement Associates. Tat, you're always bringing us great information, but today you have great deals.
We do. We have a great deal today. Thanks to one of our manufacturers, they're giving us a tremendous upgrade opportunity for everyone who moves forward with a window project and moves forward with an energy efficient glass pack. They're going to upgrade it at no additional charge with a free sound and security glass pack. So it's a tremendous value. If we call now, we can still have time to get it installed for this season.
Our property investor is nearly finished with the renovation of this 1970s era home, but it comes at a cost. She's already gone over budget because of the ruined roof, and now a misstep in the master bath will add dollars and days to her makeover. It's been several weeks since Lisa DeTore and her crew demoed this investment property that was originally built in 1978. The wood paneling and red paint are out, and the new streamlined design is on its way in. So you made a lot of progress. Wow.
Yes, we have. We got the tile in since you were here last. We still have the doors to paint.
The kitchen looks incredible.
Thank you.
The modern white tile with gray marbling runs throughout the kitchen and family room. After she saw how much it brightened up the space, Lisa decided to continue the 24-inch squares onto the back porch, which ended up getting a complete redo. So originally in this Florida room, you were just going to clean it up, but I see more has happened than that.
Yeah, we got a little carried away out here too.
It looks beautiful though.
Yeah, we did find we had some wood rot in the, we were going to rescreen, and we found a couple areas we just thought was a little bit of wood rot on the surface.
With brand new tile, screens, and wood framing, the upgraded ceiling fans were the finishing touch. Lisa hopes buyers will be able to picture themselves in this spot, enjoying the view.
I would think this would be a nice place to sit in the morning and have your coffee and just relax.
The kitchen features bright white cabinets and several high-end touches.
We gutted everything. We got all brand new appliances. We don't have all the hardware put on yet, but we actually bought some and ran short. So just kind of got carried away when it came to the backsplash and the granite.
The rest of the first floor is coming together with a fresh coat of light gray paint on the walls and a high gloss white on the fireplace brick. The darker laminate flooring extends up the stairs and adds contrast to the lighter color palette. The master bathroom is getting close to the finish line, but a couple of mix-ups mean more time and material.
Little tiny issue. They cut squares instead of round circles for the handle, so when we went to put the discussion plate on, we have gaps. So yeah, it really needs to be up like this, but then this part needs to be moved up. So we have two choices. Either we can take the tile off and replace it, but then we risk damaging the glass tile. The other choice, which we're opting to do, is going around to the back of the wall and going through the drywall and just cutting the pipes and moving the plumbing.
In addition to the faucet fiasco, the crew was tripped up by the river rock layout on the shower floor.
And I wanted them to mix and match so you didn't see the squares on the floor, and I asked them to take some stones out and kind of turn them around and, you know, kind of fit them in where they would look better in different shapes and not have all one size in one place. And
was this a 12 by 12?
yes.
So yeah, you can definitely pick it out a little bit.
Yeah, you just need to play around with them a little bit. These guys didn't seem to understand.
So you've hit rock bottom in this shower. Is that what
literally.
How much is this mistake going to cost?
Well, it's going to come out of what we owe them on the installation, so it should be a wash in the end once they get deducted.
Coming up next on Ready, Set, Renovate, Lisa's renovation gets good reviews, but will it translate into a sale?
I think it's really quite nice. I mean, it really is a nice house, and the price is right. I mean, everything is very appealing.
Do you think you would put an offer in?
I'm not sure that I would today. Let's see how it goes.
Last time we were here, this was a little bit of a mess in the shower. House flipper Lisa DeTore has crossed the finish line on her renovation, but she had to navigate some rocky roads along the way.
I wanted them to mix and match so you didn't see the squares on the floor, and I asked them to take some stones out and kind of turn them around and, you know, kind of fit them in where they would look better in different shapes and not have all one size in one place. And
Was this a 12 by 12?
yes.
So yeah, you can definitely pick it out a little bit.
Yeah, you just need to play around with them a little bit. These guys didn't seem to understand.
The rock redo was a tedious and time-consuming job.
We had to literally sit on the floor for several hours with a hammer and a screwdriver and take out individual stones, and probably about a third of the stones came out, and we had to then set them back in and get some new stones and replace them.
Wow. So people make jokes about breaking rocks as their job, but you literally
were breaking rocks.
Well, it's worth it because it looks fantastic. This is spectacular.
Thank you.
With the rock issues resolved, the master bath is complete and features a beautiful custom vanity and sleek granite countertop. Lisa ran into another problem during the renovation that was much costlier than the shower fix. Was replacing the roof on your list of things that you were going to do?
No. We were hoping it was just going to be some repairs, but we ended up replacing it.
The new roof added another $12,000 to Lisa's cost, which were mounting by the day. I have to say, it looks expensive.
A little bit.
No, I was hoping you were going to say it wasn't expensive.
It was unfortunately one of the most expensive things we did in here. Kitchen and master bath is where we put most of the money.
Let's talk about your Tiffany blue bathroom.
My favorite. We took out the old plumbing that was there, all the, the old sink, the old toilet. We painted, we just brightened it up, new faucet, and just put a happy color in there.
What was your renovation budget initially?
Initially it was $64,000.
64, and then in the end,
Overspent a little bit, like what normally happens. I ended up going over budget quite a bit. I ended up spending about $100,000.
what do you guys think of this renovation?
It's unbelievable. It's really gorgeous.
Yeah, they did a great job. You know, these homes are a little older, so when you look at modernizing them, you have to do a lot of different things. It's not just one or two things. You kind of have to make the whole house that way.
What do you think of the finished product?
It's beautiful, it's light, it's airy.
Unbelievable. It really is. It's absolutely beautiful. The grounds are beautiful. Just the overall neighborhood and everything is really nice.
What do you think of the finishes? This is a little more contemporary than some of the homes in this neighborhood.
It's the nicest we've seen, frankly.
It's beautiful. That's all you can say.
What do you think about the pricing?
I think it's very fair.
Yeah.
Extremely fair. Otherwise, we wouldn't be looking at it.
While the reviews of Lisa's renovation and price point were glowing, getting that to translate into a sale could prove a little more challenging.
I think it's really quite nice. I mean, it really is a nice house, and the price is right. I mean, everything is very appealing.
Do you think you would put an offer in?
I'm not sure that I would today. Let's see how it goes.
After just a couple of weeks, though, Lisa gets some good news.
We did get an offer last Saturday.
Great.
So, yep.
And it's a price, it's a deal that you're happy with?
Yes, we are. We're really close to asking price. Not many contingencies, so I think we're going to take it.
And what's the closing time frame?
Within 3 weeks.
Lisa closed that deal and ended up doing very well with her investment. She purchased the home for $159,000, put $100,000 towards the renovation, and sold it for $340,000 a few months later. After subtracting closing and carrying costs, she made about $60,000. With this successful flip under her tool belt, Lisa says she's ready for the next. Coming up next week on Ready, Set, Renovate, we dig into a massive landscaping project and we see how a wildlife expert handles an invasive species infestation. That's next week on Ready, Set, Renovate.